Hi, I'm Zena Krogadal. Thanks for joining into the American Dream Makers. I am your host today, and I have an exciting guest today that is coming on. Very, very excited to introduce her. But first, if you are watching this live, I would ask that you would share this. And if you're on here, if you can make a comment, I'd appreciate it. And then also just let me know that you're here. And if you have any questions for our guests, please don't be shy and ask. So before I introduce my guest, let's get started with my video. I'm back. Okay, so my guest today is Barb, and she is at blessingsbybarb.com. She is a podcaster, she is a speaker, and a master of ceremonies. She's got so much to share with us today, you guys. She is an amazing woman. So here she is. I'm going to bring her on in. Hi there, Barb. How are you?
Thank you. How are you? I'm great. I'm great. Absolutely great. So,
I
right?
love I love that color on you, by the way. That looks so nice. So spring, it's a great color on you.
Thank you very much. And I will take that as a compliment. So you know what? I like that.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Barb.
Well, I am a wife. One. Just celebrated our 30 years married. I have one son, 29. I have one daughter-in-law, and I have two amazing grandbabies that are my pride and joy that are like forever and ever. So it's just a blessing to have them as babies, grandbabies. And I am a special needs bus driver by trade, and I am an entrepreneur at heart, that I actually specialize in social selling boutiques so that I can help you look good, feel good, be good, and do good. And I live here in Louisiana, Hammond, Louisiana. I've been born and raised in New Orleans. Kind of went out to North Carolina for a little bit and didn't like it and came back home, said that's where I need to live. And that's where I've been at ever since. And um, just I'm happy. I'm alive. I'm able to make people smile and just be a blessing to others, and that's pretty much like my joy. So that's what I love to do. And that's who I am. So, and this is me, Barb, Blessings by Barb. So this is how it is.
That's awesome. So you drive a bus for special needs. How long have you been doing that for?
Almost 18 years.
Wow.
Almost 18 years.
What made
So,
you get into driving the bus?
oh wow. About, basically didn't really have a job or something. And one of my friends was like, "Hey, let's go drive a school bus. We can work during a couple hours during the day and then have middays off and then have summers and holidays off." And I was already in the school system by doing like substitute teaching and working with that. And I loved being able to have that flexibility. But when I was teaching, substitute teaching, I was more like stuck in the classroom all day long. I didn't like it. So they offered more money to drive a school bus versus being in the classroom. So I was like, okay, I mean, what I can do. I mean, no, don't learn how to drive a bus. Well, then I started driving a school bus, and then I started with the special needs kids, and that was just something to my heart and dear to me. So I've just been doing. I did part time for several years, and then I decided to go full time probably about 13 years ago. And in between all of that, I was working with a friend that did special trips for the special needs kids, and they would take them out in the community and get them to be part of life and learn that life skills. And I love doing that. So with that, I have my babies that are on my bus, and I have 15 of them that I drive back and forth to school every day, and they're like my babies. So that special needs of having the kids on there, my husband always tells me it takes a special person to drive a special bus, and then also to drive the short bus, because it takes a special person. Well, I guess I'm that special person, because honestly, it does take a special person to deal with all kinds of walks of life on your bus. And when you're able to do that, and the kids are excited to get on the bus, or they don't want to get off the bus because you make them feel good, that just brings joy to me all the way around too. So it's a blessing, not only with my babies, but I just everything. So yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. And for 18 years, that's a long time. That's not a short-term commitment that you made. So thank you for doing that. Because like you said, like your husband said, it takes a special person, and you are, because not everybody has that kind of patience and compassion, and can speak to special needs kids, and have them relate back to you. So that truly is a God-given gift. So thank you for doing that, for sure.
Thank you.
So
I got to that with my aide too, because I do have an aide on there, and without her, she's just, we're a dual couple, and we're a power couple together when it comes to being on the bus. So I got to give kudos to her too, because I can't do it all alone by myself. So
yes, awesome. Well, thank you to your aide, for sure. I'm sure the parents are very grateful too. So you have become an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And so what inspired you to take that leap and get started with that? And what is it that you do?
I started back in 2004. So a year before I had started driving the school bus. And I guess back in the day, I've always liked people. I always liked being around people. I like being the life of the party. I have no questions on saying that, when it comes to doing that. But I always like people. I like to make people feel good. And that's always something that I've done. And back in the day, my grandmother always taught me, a little paint will make you what you ain't. And that kind of stuck into my head a long time ago. And I started off with Mary Kay, which I'm still a Mary Kay rep. So I still have that underneath my belt. So it's kind of one of those things that I have as a ability to call myself a social selling specialist, because I have specialty in a little bit of everything, where it comes from skincare, beauty, jewelry, just lifestyle, networking, building relationships. So it's not just, I guess you could say I'm in sales all the way around. And I've just blossomed throughout the years in different avenues. Most of it's been into the beauty and fashion and skincare industry, because that's something that I just really find passion with and joy. And because my whole motto really is that if I can just put a smile on your face, then I've really done my job. And I like doing that. That's one of my unique specialties, is that I bring joy to you. I no matter what I'm going to do, somehow or another, you're going to be smiling before we leave a conversation some kind of way, because that's just what I love to do. And again, if I could put a smile on your face, that's really what I have a passion for. And with that, I like, as if to say, I've been with several companies. I'm not saying that I haven't been with just one, but I really go off of what's based off of the morals, the values. And if things are not the way they're supposed to be, then I really feel like that's not part of me. So if some people may know me to where I might have gone from a different companies or something like that, yes, I have, just because my goal is that if it's not the right company, then I don't need to be part of that. And I can't offer something or share something to something that I don't believe in, and I don't trust in, and I don't support. So with that, I had to find my niche for a while. And when I learned that I can do multiple things and not do one thing, it made it a whole lot easier because now I'm able to bless more people and share things with more people, because not everybody is into skincare or makeup or jewelry or food or wine or whatever. It just depends, and each person's different. And over the years, I'll be honest, I had to, at first, when I first got into sales and doing things like that, it was honestly all about me. And don't get me wrong, I did very well in sales, but I didn't realize until probably about 2020 when COVID hit that it wasn't about me anymore. And it was about others, and it was about everybody else. And it was how I can help other people before I help myself or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, I have to take care of myself. I have to do for me. But at the same time, how can I help others get what they want and go from there? And then that was like, I think it was Zig Ziglar that said that: help others achieve what you want and you'll receive what you get. So I think it's Zig Ziglar that said that. Don't quote me, I apologize. But I stick by that little rule. And being like that, I've found out that back in 2020, prior to that, I was always like dedicated walking billboard for this one company or that company or something like that. And then in 2020, I realized that I didn't need to really be a billboard for a company. I needed to be myself. And those who like me, trust me, and want to be with me will be there to support me, and then also be there to, they'll be there for me. And it took me a little while to realize that. And I'm really glad I woke up and did that too, because now I am Blessings by Barb. I can offer a variety of things. I can, and I help other people get what they want. And that's what I do. So that's how I've kind of transitioned from one thing to being I guess I'm kind of more into like a boutique specialist. So I have a little bit of everything to where I can offer like wine, with Scott and Cellar. I have Tastefully Simple. I have the Mary Kay. I have Trey Skin. I have my passion right now that I'm really loving and enjoying is my Park Lane jewelry. I have a few other things that deal with the health and wellness, like the Life Wave patches, things like that. So I have a little bit of everything. And the reason why is because I use all of it. And I believe in all of it. And I like what certain things do for little bits of part of my body, little bit parts of everybody else, my husband, things like that. So why can't I offer a variety of things for people and let them pick and choose what they want? Because if they like me, they're going to do business with me. They're not going to do business with the product. So that's one thing I guess I've learned is build relationships with people, become friends with them, and see what you can do to help them. And that's, so yeah, whatever. I feel like I'm talking too much, but okay.
No. You're doing, that's great that you're sharing all that. So something that I was curious about is that it sounds like from 2020, like something happened to where there was a transition in you, and maybe you have been transitioning inside of you, some changes, some things getting stirred up, and maybe 2020 was kind of a catalyst to really push you over the threshold. So would you mind sharing with us maybe what that journey looked like for you?
Kind of go back to the little bit of the beginning of when I kind of got started in the transition. I probably go from where I actually started off, where when I was 31 years old, basically the doctor told me I would not see my 32nd birthday due to my weight and my health, because I was topping off about 540 plus pounds. I stopped counting at that. And that was like, I had to make a decision to do something about my life to make sure that I was around for my son. And now, 22 years later, I have blossomed from that. And then as 2020 and as the years went by, I would work with things to make sure that things were working well with my body and helping me continue on the healthy path. And when I went into 2020, I was lost, didn't know what I wanted to do. I was kind of stuck in different couple of companies that I just didn't like what they were doing. I didn't like the whatever. And when I was with that, I was in a group called Master Networks, which I'm still in. And we decided to change from being hands-on person in thing to online. And when we did that, they gave me a lot of insight of building my business about who I was and not walking on the other companies and stuff like that. And that's when I decided to say, I like blessings. I'm Barb. And that's when I came up with Blessings by Barb, because I figure everybody needs to be blessed. Why not have that as my title? And I thought about changing it. I thought about maybe doing something else. And I added a little bit because now I'm Blessings by Barb, a ray of sunshine. And because sun is like my next two generation. Like I'm a sun goddess. And with that, the ray of sunshine brings so much joy to me that I feel like I have something to bring to others, and I have hope and happiness. And that's something that I want to be able to share with so many people that have been through the struggles. I've been there. I'm not saying that being 540 pounds was difficult, but it was. It was a very challenging part of my life. Going through the losing the weight, having the weight off, having the cosmetic surgery to remove the excess skin. That's huge. It's part of a life, which things they don't teach you on how to deal with a lot of things that after you lose your weight and have surgery, because I did have to have the gastric bypass surgery because I needed to do something to change my life. And at first, I was guilty. I felt guilty for saying that I had the surgery and then saying that I had to have skin removal and things like that, because that was, I felt like I was not, I don't know what you want to call it, but I wasn't being like that true person, because I was like, oh, well, I lost weight and then now I'm down, 320 pounds. But what realized is my sister made a comment to me and she's like, Barb, she said, why are you ashamed of telling people that you had the surgery? Or why are you ashamed of telling people that you had to have skin removal? Because if I didn't, then I wouldn't be here where I am today. So for all of those people who are out there, guys, look, if you're struggling, if you're having problems, if you need something, you need some help or just somebody to talk to, I've been there. I'm not saying that I'm perfect with it. I said I still have my little struggles and everything, but at the same time, I've learned to build myself to where I have to love myself for who I am and to be confident in my own skin and to know that I am beautiful inside and out, no matter what. And if you're struggling, if you're having issues, then please reach out to me. I would love to just have coffee, just chit chat and listen to what you have to say, because sometimes people want to talk and they have no one to talk to because they've never been through what they've been through. And I'm here. I'm not all about selling products. I like to just sell a smile, and smiles are free, because you know why? It's sincere movement and lifting emotions. And if you can make someone smile, why not? I got a, friend of ours, Steve Rizzo, made a good comment one day in a call that we were in. And he made a comment and says, if you don't wake up in the morning and you don't laugh at yourself and you're not happy, I'm not saying exactly the words that he said it, but he made that comment. You need to laugh at yourself first and be happy, because then it'll just make your day all the way around. And when he made those words, I was like, oh, wow, what an eye opener. And you know what? It is. Be happy with yourself, smile at yourself, laugh with yourself, and be you. Don't be afraid to walk on eggshells or anybody else. Just be who you are and be yourself. And then from there, you're going to be all you dream and desire to be. So Okay, talk too much. Whatever.
No, that's very beautiful. And I appreciate your vulnerability. I mean, to share that, that's a very vulnerable place to be. And so appreciate that because there's so many women who really do struggle with their weight. I mean, maybe not everybody was 500 pounds, but it doesn't matter. Many women struggle with how they look, how they feel. And you had made the comment that I guess the light bulb that went off for you that you needed to change was when your doctor said you would not be 32. You wouldn't make it to your 32nd birthday. And then you thought about your son. So that's very inspiring that was the moment. But can you maybe describe to us how that actually felt, or what went through your mind when the doctor said that to you?
I guess it was probably maybe about a week or two before, when I literally couldn't walk from the kitchen to the bedroom to go to the bathroom without having to sit on the side of the bed to catch my breath in order to make it to the bathroom. And when that was like that moment, I knew I needed help, but I didn't know how bad I was. And then when the doctor's like, you really need to do something or you're not going to see it, and this was in March of 2001. And he says, you won't see your 32nd birthday. And my birthday's in March. And so I made a comment, and I looked at my husband and I said, I need help. I can't do it alone. I said, but I have to do something. And I guess before I went to the doctor, I'll take that back. I'm sorry. I have to backtrack for a second. He made a comment to me, and he told me, because I was at a point where I was like, get this, get that, do this for me, get this, get that. And one thing I'd always told him, I said, don't ever let me get like my mom, dependent on everybody from one person to the next and not doing anything for yourself and stuff like that. And I got to that point. And when he told me to get off my ass and do it myself or get it myself, that he didn't marry my mother, he married me, I basically was like, who the hell are you to talk to me like this? And who are you to say this to me? And blah, 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 blah. And sorry for the curse, and I apologize, but I was just going through my minds. But then I cried my eyes out and I was upset, didn't talk to him for a couple of days. And then I realized he was telling me the truth. And the truth hurt. And it hurt bad. And to this day, I still hear him say those words. But he's been the best thing that's ever done for me. Because now I'm 53. I just had my 53rd birthday in March. I just celebrated my 30th anniversary. I have 2 grandbabies, and I'm healthy, and I'm sitting right around 225 pounds. Okay. And that's where God has blessed me to be. And you know what? That's where I'm at. Do I want to be smaller? Heck yeah, I want to be smaller. But at the same time, you know what? I am happy. I'm comfortable. And I will still always continue to do what I need to do, because I got a goal weight. I got a goal of 185. That's my whole realistic goal, because I don't need to be 120. God help me if they go that route. But you know what? I'm excited to show that don't ever give up. Don't ever quit on yourself. Don't ever not believe in yourself, because you have to believe in yourself first, and to know that you are worthy before anybody can ever believe in your own self. So remember that for anybody, believe in yourself first, because you're worthy and you're worthy of it.
Wow. That's, first of all, you look amazing. I mean, you don't look 53 at all. You look very happy, and congratulations to being married for 30 years. And what a blessing to have a husband who loved you so much that he didn't want to see you continue down a destructive path. And obviously he sees you beautiful from everything. It wasn't just physical beauty for him. He saw the
No,
beauty. Yeah. So how awesome is that that you had that, right? Um, and so how long were you married before that moment?
let's see, that was in '01, so we got married in '93. So 12, 13 years. And I got married when I was 401 pounds. So it wasn't like I was small or tiny when I got married, because he loved me for me and for who I am. And that proved to me that he loves me for who I am. And um, when we had our 25th anniversary, I had a goal, and that was to be smaller than him for our 25th anniversary. And I met that goal, and I was 2.5 pounds lighter than him for our anniversary of our 25th anniversary. So to me, that was a big, huge milestone that I had to work toward. And now we go back and forth and we're in competition on, who's on what and who's there. And okay, so maybe I'm about 2 or 3 more pounds heavier than him right now, but we still have this little one thing going to where it keeps us motivated, and it keeps us going, and it keeps us intact with each other, to where we have each other to work for our goals and things like that. So, but so many memories and so much stuff. I got so much. I don't know if I got time to share it.
Well, and you got married then you were fairly young when you guys got married too. In your
23. Both of us were just turned 23. Mm-hmm.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
Because that would be 30 years. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I guess, maybe the question that some of the audience may have is, so you were 400 pounds when you got married. So you were comfortable with yourself, or at that point were you not quite comfortable? You just accepted that
I
was okay.
accepted. Yeah. And then of course he liked to cook, so I ate. And that was, one of the things. And then I got to the point to where I was so comfortable that I literally let myself go.
Mhm.
And when I had my son, he almost we had so technically that was probably the second time. They almost lost me and my son when I was born a year later. And then I kind of guess went into that postpartum, whatever. I don't know. I really have no clue. I think I just kind of, everything was a blank for years because I was just going with the flow. And I don't think I realized where I was headed down the road until I got to the point where I was too far. So it was probably just a blank time frame from 94 to probably about 2000 ish, when I just kind of I was there, but I wasn't fully there maybe. And then I was just going with the flow. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So
Well, we got a great comment here. Way to go, Barb. Thanks for reminding us to set realistic goals. You look great. Oh,
thank you. Thank you. So I'm very happy. I mean, and I'm loving what I'm doing right now. When you made a comment and said that you were looking to do your shows, I'll be honest with you. I didn't come on here to talk about me. I was coming on the show to help you out, to get you started, and just for you to blossom so that you can rock your podcast like you want to. And I'm like, I'll come on there for you because I was just looking to come and help you. So thank you for just allowing me to talk, but I really wasn't like expecting that, but thank you.
well, having you on here and having you talk does help me in getting the word out. It's a synergistic thing, right? Because as we sit here and share with each other, and as you're sharing your life, and I hear so much passion in you, and it's so heartfelt and so genuine. And so I'm really excited, and I'm going to tell you, you've been in the group with me, and you know the hesitation that I had in just getting going. And thankfully, I was surrounded by people like you and Ken and all those that are in the group that really encourage, just do it, just get out there and do it. And now that I'm doing it, I will have to tell you that it has been really amazing to get to know people on
Mm.
such a different level, because you obviously are a people person. I mean, that's what I've been hearing, that you love connecting with people. That's why you do the things you do, and it's more for connection. You're not even the service part. I mean, the product part is secondary for you, is what it sounds like. You're all about meeting people, connecting with people, serving people, and you're just a beautiful soul. And so I am so glad, because when we go and we network and we get into masterminds, we don't always get to really hear that much about each other. So this is kind of fun in the sense that we can get to know you, and you have a message out there that probably really touches a lot of people's lives. There's so many women who can really resonate with what you're saying, and so I want to encourage you, don't be afraid to share this story. It's so genuine, it's so heartfelt, and it's going to impact other people's lives. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you for thinking of me first. And how awesome it is to have a relationship like that we want to look at each other's best interest. That I wanted to really highlight you because I knew you had something awesome to share. I mean, blessings by Barb. Come on, I wanted to be blessed by Barb. But in the same thing, you were coming on because you wanted to see me excel and succeed. So thank you for that. Thank you for having that kind of heart, and how awesome that since 2020, it really has changed how we can connect with one another. I mean, here you are living in Louisiana, I'm in Arizona, and I know we haven't met in person yet, but one of these days I really want to meet you in person and give you a great big hug.
Keep
Um,
going. Susan, you're going to be at the Rock Your
yes,
conference.
yes, I
Then you're
am.
going to meet me because I'll be
Yeah.
there.
Oh, I'm excited. That's just in a few weeks. So, um, yeah. So, and so you have done many things to obviously help you grow as a person. You found a lot of joy, uh, So tell us a little bit more of, like you just mentioned, you're coming to the Rockstar Power Program. So tell us a little bit more how that has been for you.
Well, I'm going to be in the book that's going to be published, that's going to be released. So I'm going to be in Craig's number one book selling. So I'm excited because we're going to have the book release. And I'm actually in the book. So that to me has been huge because even though I'm only on a couple of pages, but that's just a lot. That's a start for me because then it gives me an opportunity to share and excited and not only that, but just to hear the other speakers, by going to the conferences and attending the networking groups and being part of them, the 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 strength, the culture, the words that everybody shares with you, something may not always resonate, but something will. And when it does, you have to embrace it. You have to take it, and then you have to take action and run with it. And there's been several things that have empowered me to get started and take action. And then there's some things that I'm still not quite sure on yet because I don't know what path I want to go on or where I want to be at. But I do know it's just about blessing others and helping others and just making them happy. And the conferences is mind blowing. Like if you haven't gone. And I'm so excited because I'm gonna go. I got two of them back to back. I got the one that's Craig's, and then I'm excited because then I'm going the next day. I'm going to do a um I'm doing a vendor show up there in Texas because my sister lives there, but it's for the Harvest House, and they're doing their charity fundraiser. So I'm excited because I get to go and help volunteer and help her and do all of that. And I'll be a vendor there with my Park Lane, but I still get to go volunteer and help with the charity. And then I got a couple of days and we're going to do bridal wedding stuff because my sister's getting married. Yay. Congratulations to her. She's getting married at the end of December. So we're going to do bridal stuff. And then I go to another conference, which is our Connect through Master Networks. And I'll be there in the Frisco area where I get to connect with all the people all over the world too. So it's not like I just go to one. I'm getting double whammy in a week and a half. I'm excited. And then I get to go do another charity event with my sister on Sunday, which is going to be the Big Brothers Big Sisters Big Taste of Fort Worth. And we go in and do the volunteer services for that event because one, my sister's a big sister and she's a big sister of the year. So we got to go and help support her and just help bless other people at the same time. So I'm kind of excited that this whole 2 weeks is going to be just a blessing for everyone, just a blessing to share and meet the new people, get to meet the other people, get to meet you, things like that we can literally build more relationships with and continue to share our blessings with each other all the way around. So,
yeah. That's great. Oh my goodness. You get to do a lot of exciting things coming up. So yes, I cannot wait to give you a big hug, Barb. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to hop on this. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'd love to hear more about you at a later time. So I'd love to have you back on again and just keep going. You are making people's American dreams come true. So you are an American dream maker. So just keep going, just keep plugging along. Oh, such a beautiful person you are, and love your story. So thank you for being here with us tonight.
welcome. And then I do have like a little daily affirmation that I love to just share with everybody. One is the photo. I took this as one of my photos. I love to take sunset photos or sunrises. So this is actually my photo that I actually took, and then I cropped it and put it on there. And then just to kind of give a little say into people who are out there, go have a daily affirmation. Make sure you have one. If you don't have one and you want one, I'll be more than happy to email you a copy or something like this. But it's really cool because just remember, today's going to be a great day. I believe in myself. I love myself for who I am. I am in control of my happiness and destiny. I am confident in my own skin. I am beautiful. And smile at yourself first because you're worthy. And then smile at someone else today as it's a sincere movement and lifting emotions. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that's great. That picture is really pretty too. Kind of wish we were there right now with that sunset.
Cabo. That was in Cabo in January, where my husband took me for my 30th anniversary to go to Cabo. So it was pretty cool.
That is cool. Well, you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. So.
Thank you so much, Zena, for having me on here. I appreciate it. And maybe next time I'll interview you and find out more about you. How about we'll just do reverse?
There you go. Yes. So if you want to find out more about me, you'll have to get me on your podcast. Sounds good. All right. We will chat a little bit later then, Barb. Hey guys, thank you again for tuning in. If you are watching the replay, let me know in the chat. Please like and share this. American Dream Makers, we are on Facebook. If you're not part of the group, please go ahead and join. Also on Actually, I'm not on Zena Kroger is on Instagram, but American Dream Makers not yet. I'll have to establish that. And then on YouTube. So if you can like and subscribe, that would be great. I do have more interviews coming. So bye-bye for now. And you guys be blessed and be prosperous. Thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you next time.